Right, today we're going to take the cassette module, this bit, out of our 244 to make it easier for us to replace all the rubber parts. If you're not sure how to take the plastic back panel off your 244, I made a video earlier showing you how to do that, so refer to that. Something I'm not going to be able to show you is removing little plastic cable ties. There's usually one here, which connects the wires going from the transformer to the fuses if you have a model with fuses. The fuses are present on the UK model, which is what this is, but not in the US model. And also this is the remote control cable. So often when you open this, you'll find that they're tied here with a cable tie. There'll be a bunch of cables here that are clumped together with cable ties. You can see there's a cable tie on there. You could use nail scissors. I've got some sharp craft scissors, so I would just carefully cut through them. Make sure you don't cut through any of the cables. Using a flathead screwdriver, we'll loosen off these white plugs. I don't know if you can see from that distance, but these are kind of plug headers. If you've changed the hard drive on a computer or anything, you'll recognize this from IDE cables. Basically, you put the head of the screwdriver in there to loosen these off. I'm just going to loosen the ones that you're going to need to remove so you can see. So this cable here connects to the counter. This one here connects to all the motors. This is one of the logic boards, so this relays that message to this printed circuit board, and that controls the 3 motors. This cable here is record enable, and it's also connected to this control resistor. This resistor, you'll remember, sends a value down to the control board, so the control board knows which of the mechanical modes this whole set of cam and gears is in. The cable you can't really see here, but I'll just lift it out. I'm using just needle nose pliers. You can probably get in there with your fingers. In fact, I'll do it with my fingers just to show you. There's a cable in there you need to remove. That's attached to the pitch control variable resistor, the orange one that changes whether it's fast or slow on the front. And then you're removing these two here. The one that's typically got red around it is connected to the record and play magnetic head, and the one that's got black on the ends of the wires, that's the erase head. It can be helpful, although it's not essential, to also loosen this one. This cable isn't attached to the transport, but basically that plate's going to get in the way of that plug. So I'll just get them out of the way now. Now that we've unplugged everything, we can start unscrewing. I'm going to start by removing this little printed circuit board that's got fuses on it. That's only going to be there if you've got a UK model, maybe the EU model as well, I can't remember, but certainly if you've got a US model, the standards are different when they were making these, so you weren't required to have internal fuses, so that won't be present. None of these wires will be present. It's a Phillips 2 screwdriver. It's the same size of one that I was using to remove the back case. Okay, so that's 2 screws. They've got a narrow ferrule because they're being screwed into the metal chassis. I'm going to keep these separate and organised like I did with the screws that I removed from the back panel. The screws that you remove from the little fuse printed circuit board and from the main transport are going to be of the same type. Next we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. They're down in here, you probably can't see because of wires. Before I remove the last screw, I just want to say that if your control belt was missing, you can see I've actually already replaced the rubber parts in this, but if that belt there was missing, you don't really want to be able to see the magnetic heads there. It wants to be in the down position. If they're up, then they're going to catch on that plastic lip there. You could rectify that by manually turning this. If you turn it from the back, you'll be able to see the magnetic heads and the pinch roller raise and lower. So you want it low. I'll take the last screw out now. I'm getting these wires out of the way at the top. I should be able to lift it more or less straight up. Those wires are probably underneath this clump here. It can be lifted out. Now you have it. It's separate. That makes it easy to get. The idler tires, pinch roller. Control belt was easy to change anyway, but it's easier to get at this remove those two and get that belt in. Easy to get in here, clean capstan, clean the magnetic heads. It's kind of easier to do your demagnetizing with this separate. This one I've removed was one I refurbished earlier, so it's actually pretty clean. A lot of the time when you remove these, there's going to be a decomposed belt all over this. So in the next video, I've got another one that's dirtier than this. We'll look at how I go about cleaning that up.